Mel on the beat, dropping heat.
Hello, everyone. It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in Pennsylvania, and I'm excited to bring you this episode of Franco's World. I am the host, Franklin Miller. It's going to be a fantastic show. We're going to answer a couple of the listener questions, and they're good listener questions this time. They always are, but this time it's just a little bit better. Some extra ones thrown in by some friends and some close people, and I'm going to tell a couple stories. I went to New York this weekend, and it was interesting. New intro song, and I guess I'm going to use it for the outro too. Produced by Mel Beats. Find him on Instagram at Prod Mel Beats. It's heat. Mel on the beat dropping heat. That's why it says it. All the artwork is done by at Jagan_Moans. She's a fantastic artist based out of Pittsburgh. You can find her on her Instagram at Jagan Moans. Like I just said, Jagan_Moans. But I'm excited about today's episode. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Franco's World _. And it is going to be a great day because we made it that way. All right, I'll see you in a second. And we will start with the listener questions. Okay, so today's first question comes to us from SB, who asked, how much money does Hocus Pocus make now that white girls like being quote-unquote spooky? They make more money than most artists do off of residual checks from Spotify. They make a lot of money. I don't know what the little witches thing is, toil, something trouble, fire, burn, cauldron, bubble. Did they say that in Hocus Pocus? I haven't seen Hocus Pocus in years. My sister, she was into it whenever she was like a teenager. I don't think she's into it very much now. That being said, I haven't talked to her. She's in a different country. They have to make a ton. Like I said last week, I said that Pitbull makes a ton of money off of checks from like high school prom DJs and wedding DJs in Iowa because that's the only music that's played there. Spooky season, as it's been known to be called now by the older folks, is not for me. I'm dressing up as a Lyft driver this year for Halloween. So if that tells you anything, they have to make a ton. I mean, I don't want to say it's kind of weird to be so obsessed with Halloween because SB has a family member who was obsessed with Halloween as an older adult. So I'm not going to say it's weird. I like letting people enjoy things. That being said, these people have to understand I like making fun of things. That's what gives me joy. So if I think it's weird that you dress up like, I don't know, like, okay, no, let's go with this point. Let's try this point instead. If you're super obsessed with Halloween and then all you do is just like throw on cat ears, you're a fraud. Like, if you say you're obsessed with Halloween, I want to see you go all out. I want prosthetics. I want makeup. I think that's the same thing. I want wigs. I want full costume. I want movie quality costumes. If you're gonna be obsessed with Halloween, you better go all out with it because we don't have to do things around here. You're either on the boat or you're off the boat. I don't have one foot on the boat. I'm not on the boat. I am safely ashore, waving bon voyage to you literal clowns dressing up for Halloween, Hallows Eve. They make a ton of money off of people. Let's move on. Who you taking to dinner? Audrey Hepburn or Julia Louis-Dreyfus? This person knows me. Knows me. Is basically the producer of this show. For those that don't know. And he knows me. He knows how to get the best out of me. He knows I admire both of these two entertainment ladies. That being said, I'm going to take JLD out to a nice dinner. The reason for that being is so I can pick her comedic brain and hopefully just get like a 1/64th sliver of her brain inject it into mine, and then become funny. Her comedic timing is impeccable. That is one thing that I don't know if you could teach that. Just the natural ability to whenever to chime in at the right time. I don't know if you could teach that. JLD is the GOAT. Big JLD fan over here. We're big JLD fans over at Franco's World. And oh, might I add, I'm on Tumblr now too because I got some recent information from a very good friend of mine that Tumblr, if you quit texting me during the show. That's on me for not having my phone on mute. That Tumblr is actually what's popping right now. The reason for that being, people can read your whole post without having to click on anything. So I'm going to put all my blogs on there now, as well as my website that is being created as we speak, in hopes to gain a bigger following so I can take another, move up another rung on the ladder. We've done the mics. We're doing the mics. The mics will be done for a long time. That's a rung that I will not just get past. We've hosted shows. We not just like this. We've hosted mics. We've done the podcast. We've done the blogs. These are all things that make us better. And if you're not getting better, then you're getting worse. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So I'm taking JLD home because I'm taking JLD to dinner because she's a little bit funnier. Actually, a lot of bit funnier. Next question comes to us from JE, who says, discuss the versatility of corn. Well, JE, you're in luck because me being Native American, I know everything there is to know about corn or maize. Ton of different uses for corn. Flour. You can just eat straight up corn on the cob. You use it as feed. Deer corn. You feed turkeys with it. Deer, pigs, chickens, cattle. Animals eat corn also. So there's that. There's high fructose corn syrup. That has corn in the name. There's a band called Korn I don't listen to. You could throw them in there as well. I think there's something that goes wrong with your feet that's called a corn. It's probably disgusting, and I probably wouldn't look it up. It can be turned into ethanol. So there's that. Corn is versatile. I live by a bunch of cornfields. When I was moving up here to the Lehigh Valley, I was a little bit disappointed because I was like, man, I'm leaving the countryside, and I moved right into cornfields. And then I got here and I realized it's fine. But when I'm just driving through miles and miles and miles of farms and corn, I'm just disappointed because I don't want to do that again. I think we got one more listener question here. Nope, we got two more. GI, how do I stop procrastinating? All right, here we go. I like this one. How do you stop procrastinating, GI? What are things that... Okay, so you're leaving crumbs in your life right now by procrastinating. We don't want to leave crumbs in our lives. So, how do we take away the things that don't give us something back? Well, I think what you need to do is invest more time and invest more of yourself in things that give you something back. Things that give you ROI, some return on investment of yourself. You are the author of your own book of life. So you need to turn the page and you need to move on. And if you spend more time doing the things that are healthier for you and more time doing the things that you know are good for you and give you something back, you will almost innocently find yourself not doing the things that were bad for you in the first place. Does that make sense, GI? What are some flaws that you have in your own character or your own life that you see taking away from the good side of GI? Are you spending too much time watching TV, too much time playing video games? Maybe you're going out drinking too much. You're leaving crumbs in your life. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm not guilty, okay? There's many times where I'll stay up too late. And I'll watch 2 million YouTube videos, and I'll wake up and I'll look at the clock in the corner and it'll say 2 a.m. I didn't write a single joke down. I didn't get better. I got worse. I left a crumb in my life, and it's pretty messy. And then you can't sleep at night, or I can't sleep at night, because I didn't do the thing that I was designed to do. Be creative, be funny, make people laugh, make people feel good. And so that keeps me up at night. And to quote Matthew McConaughey, having personal Jiminy Crickets. The people on your shoulder and these thoughts in your head, and there's not enough policemen in the world to police them all, to police all these thoughts in your head to make them go away. So you have to be responsible for it. Your own personal Jiminy Cricket, you think about it on your shoulder at all times, saying, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? How are you getting better? And if you just continue to do these things that you know are healthy for you and are better for you, you will find yourself innocently, like you will not even realize that you are doing bad stuff. You're like, oh, well, I'm just in a good spot right now. When do you think you're at your best? I know from personal experience, so I like to run. When do I run the best? Well, when I run more often. When do I think I'm funnier? Well, when I write more often and I see the world more clear and I see the world in a different view. And it makes me feel like, man, I can actually do this stuff. So it's really just a game of finding out who you're not before you find out who you are. So take away the stuff that you think is bad, negative, stuff that's taken away from your life, leaving crumbs. And it will, like, if you just do the things that are better for you more, the crumbs will disappear. And then you can actually get some sleep at night for once. That was a good one. So the next one comes to us from at QB Stew, who says clapping hands emoji. He has 50,000 followers, and I don't think he meant to type that. All it is a clapping hands emoji. So thank you, QB Stew. I said he played at Memphis or Missouri. Hold on. I got to click on his profile again. Oh, God. QB Stew. Memphis Tigers quarterback 2014-2016. He might have been on that team that was playing in the against UCF at UCF in that game that finished like 70-68 or something. It's really a high scoring game. But thank you for the interaction on Instagram, QB Stew. When I get back, I will talk to you about how recently, last week, I went to New York City. It was an interesting time, and I did not go there for the reason I thought I was going to end up there. What happened? I don't know. Guess you got to find out next. All right, here we go. So I was in New York over the weekend at some point, and the reason I was there was I picked up someone via Lyft who needed a ride from my area to New York City. That is a hike. With traffic, it made it 2 hours. It's normally not that bad, but because of the traffic, it was the weekend. The Knicks and the Nets were playing each other in the city. So it kind of made it a little bit ugly. But I made it there. Went over the George Washington Bridge, went over the Williamsburg Bridge on my way back, through the Holland Tunnel, all that stuff. Was in Soho. I was in Queens. I was in Brooklyn. I was in most of the spots. It was pretty interesting. And so whenever you drive someone via Lyft for like 2 hours and you go through tolls and stuff like that, you make a good chunk of change. So that was pretty cool. And the person, I don't even remember her name, but she was a really sweet girl, and she said she needed to get home. So I was like, all right, let's get it. And I felt really bad because you're not really supposed to stop for gas when you have a passenger, but when you're driving 2 hours, you kind of have to get gas before you leave. So I was like, hey, I'm sorry, got to get gas. I can get you something from the store inside, get you a little snack, get you some water, something like that. More, even though I have water, because I always got water, because I keep that thing on me, because the Lyft driver. She's like, oh, no, you're fine. and we had good conversation. She was really sweet, and hope the best for her and her future endeavors as a student. She was very well rounded, so we hope the best for her. But back to me, it was fun. I've been meaning to go to New York more. I feel like me living fairly close to it, I should probably take advantage of the comedy mecca, if you will. And I don't think I have been doing that. I've been leaving crumbs in my life. And then, I'm driving up there, having fun, listening to some good music, having some good conversation. And then you see, and I didn't really get anxious because I'd never driven in the city before. I didn't really get anxious when I was in the city itself. When I was going towards it, I was in Jersey, and I was going towards it, and you see the skyline, the famous skyline with all the buildings, and it shines like the top of the Chrysler Building over there. And you see all these important buildings and all these important things, and you think, wow, think of all of the important people that step foot in there daily. And it overwhelms you at first. And then once you're driving through it, and I had this thought to myself whenever I was in the middle of Manhattan. I was sitting at a stoplight, and I was seeing, the handfuls of people walking to and fro across the crosswalk, going in and out of restaurants, standing on the corner with their friends, talking on the phone, and it made me realize these people are regular people. I have, for some reason, in my head, built New York audiences and New York people up so much that I just think of them as completely different people. And they'll probably say like they're much different than the average person. They probably are. Living in a city has got to be completely different. But if I can make positive impacts on people's lives, in where I'm from, my college town, where I live now, everyday strangers that I pick up in the lift, if I can make them roll on the floor laughing and double over and say these nice, sweet things, if I can make people laugh in this show and they can't even see my body, my mannerisms, they can't even see the emphasis I'm putting on certain words with the movements I'm making behind the mic, then why can't I make those people laugh? Quick answer is I can. It's just going to take time. So that was a nice thing I realized for myself. The fact that they're just people. They're just people, They put their pants on one leg at a time. Those corny things. But it was a fun trip. I saved myself $15. Lyft will pay for your fees for the tolls. I paid $15 to get over the George Washington Bridge. And then I found a route on the way home from Queens. I went on the LIE. I went on the Brooklyn Expressway. I went on them all. I went everywhere. Okay, I was like Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere, man. And I found a route without tolls. So I saved $15 on the way home. And had a nice little 2-hour trip back to my humble abode. It was an awesome time. It was an awesome time. I'm happy I did it. It was good. I got some experience doing some city driving. I'm very aggressive. I'm swift. People are stopping at stoplights and they're blocking off intersections, and I'm finagling around them, pulling into fire lanes, stopping for a second, light turn green, get back in the lane. I'm all over the place. Only one guy beeped at me, but it was his fault. I got beeped at. Didn't have a perfect record. I got beeped at. But the New York trip was fun. I'm happy I did it. Doug Heffernan, baby. I'm the king of Queens. Deep Queens. I didn't even do my New York sports. No, I did. Old Joe to go. Talk about the Mets. The Mets stink. It was funny. I have a good friend of mine that at the my old office, and he was from Queens, and I texted him. I was like, "Yo, what's up, man? I'm in your hood." He was like, "Where at?" And I told him the city or like the little neighborhood, and he was like, "Are you joking?" He's like, "That's literally where I'm from." It was pretty funny. All right. When I get back, we'll talk about some TikToks. We'll talk about some other stuff and all that jazz. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Francosworld_. And I hope you're having a good day so far because I'm having a great one. All right. The TikTok. I'm obsessed with it. I watch it every night now. Yeah, I think it's better than Vine. I will go on that and say it is better than Vine. I like the fact that the videos are longer. You can do more editing to them. You can add more things to them. I like the music. I like the music. I didn't think I'd like the music. I like the music. My favorite trends right now, the Nicki Minaj hand over the face when they're like walking away. Give me 5. It's a fine. That one. The one whenever these people like break down what type of people they are, like, and it looks like a video game intro, and they're like swaying from back and forth, and they have that. I don't know, I think it's Frank Ocean. It's just, I don't know what he's saying in the song, but it's really like a wavy vibe type of song. I like that. I like all the mashups that I'm hearing on the music on the songs. Um, Here's a problem I have: the dancing talks. Don't think that this is the place for the dancing. The dancing talks are not good, as you would say. Everyone does the same 3 moves. They do this arm thing where they go up and down, and if I had video of me doing this is why I need a camera. People would actually get the joke. They do like this little like baby cradle swing, and then they just like shake their rump around. Guys too. Guys are doing this too. It's not good, but these are most likely just kids, so I'm not gonna like hate on kids for just having fun. Do I feel weird that most of the videos are of like high schoolers and I'm a 23-year-old man and I find myself laughing at them? A little bit. But it's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? You're doing it too. I know you watch the talk. I know you stay up all night on the talk, doing some late night talking. So let's move on to another thing I would like to talk about. Instagram. Yes, Instagram. I have been using Instagram like an insane person. Wait, hold on. Something's going on. What was I wanting to talk about? No, that's not it. I'm asking my producer to go back. We had a script. We were talking about talks. Yes, we were talking about TikToks. Whatever, he can't find it. Okay, so we're going to talk about Instagram instead, and then maybe in the middle of it, it'll come back to me. I have been using Instagram like a crazy person, trying to increase my following and trying to increase my engagement in hopes that I could get a bigger audience and help the show grow myself organically. However, I am rarely getting follow back from people. I post often. I post often. I need to post daily, but I post often. I'm about to make an account just for myself and just turn this account right now into this straight up comedy account. I've already changed it to a business account on Facebook and all that stuff. I'm going through like, here's how desperate I'm getting. No, desperate's a bad word to use. Here's how like how schemy I am. Like, I'm scheming on the low. I have been going through like old pictures of old bits or old anything, old videos, and like putting hashtags on them for the first time, and so they show up on those pages. I'm about to, if I get a clip I believe in off this show, and you know how I had the James Corden clip, and then the other clips where it was just the drawing that Megan did for me, or I had another picture too, Jimmy Fallon or something like that. If I believe in one of those a lot, I'm going to do the promoting thing. It doesn't cost a lot at all. I'm going to promote the video. But so I have been going on like hashtag comedian, hashtag podcaster, thing that I am, or like hashtag podcasting. I don't go on hashtag funny or hashtag humor because those aren't funny or humorous to me. It's just memes. So I like to like when and I'll follow people if I see them on stage, or if I see them like if they're a regular person and they don't have like a big ratio. If they're just a regular person and they're following 500 and they have 500 followers, I'll be like, awesome, this person's on the same path I am. Let's link up. Here's the problem. These comedian people, I'm not even going to include myself into this, are very protective of their stuff. And a lot of them are, this used to be me until I did a lot of meditating. used to be very self-indulged and used to think they were better than everyone and holier than thou. I didn't think I was better than everyone, but I was like, oh, my refined sense of humor is better than everyone else's refined sense of humor. Then I was like, oh, funny is subjective. There's different audiences for everybody. And so because you follow someone that says they're a comedian or says they're a podcaster, they think you're following them because of their content. And they think that, oh, well, this is a fan. I don't care. I'm not going to follow them back. They just came to see me. When in reality, the reason I followed you is because you're no better than me. I'm no better than you. Let's link and build. Let's both follow each other and help each other out and be interactive on each other's pages. Throw some comments, throw some likes, maybe insert a joke or something like that. And then it's like, try to link up on each other's podcasts. It's the only way to help your show grow and the only way to help yourself grow. I mean, I understand it's entertainment. You got to be selfish. But there's so many different audiences. And there's so many different people. And I used to think like, well, if they like them, then they won't like me. And if they follow them, then they won't follow me. That's not true at all. Okay? So let's all just be a little bit nicer. Let's follow each other back. Let's help each other grow. Let's do that. Huh? How about it, guys? Let's do that instead. So follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Franco's_, and I'll follow you back. I found like a Revine for Revine. I feel like that. What I'm saying is we need to humble ourselves. No one is asking us to be comedians or podcasters. We're doing it for ourselves. Or if you're doing it for the money, then you're probably going to suck. And if you're not doing it to become a comedian, if you're not doing it to become a podcaster, then you're also probably going to suck. You know what I mean? And it's not just because like you as a person stink. It's because like you just like, that's not where your heart truly is. Your heart's truly in like the money or something like that, or the fame. You have to love the art. Then you'd be good. I don't know. Maybe I have it all twisted. Maybe I'm just destined to be a low-level podcast open micer. Maybe that's what it is. I'm never going to play that poor me stuff. Weird. All right. When I get back, for the last 5 minutes, we will discuss if I had a hotel, what would it be? It'd be a themed hotel, but what would the theme be? I guess you'll have to find that out when I get back for the last, 3-minute segment now. All right, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so the question has been posed to me. If I had a hotel, what would it look like? Now remember, we have 3 minutes, so we gotta get this done. So I want the hotel. I want all the floors to be black and white checkered. I want there to be gold trim everywhere. Yes, black, white, and gold. I want an old school, elegant 50s, 40s, whatever, 20s. I don't care. Old hotel. There will be a casino in the hotel. There will be an old Italian restaurant in the hotel. Guess what its name is? I don't know. Oh, Franco's. That makes sense. So there will be a cigar bar there. There will be a jazz lounge in all that. The rooms will be quaint. It will have a nice big tub. It will have some granite countertops in the bathroom. Obviously, got to have the TV. Might throw a record player in a room or two. 1 or 2 beds, classic, standard issue. The room itself, you're gonna have to go with white, and then there will be sketched artwork. I don't know the right type. It's gonna be black and white. It's gonna look like it was done in pencil. It's all gonna be all wavy and stuff like that. So it's gonna be black and white, gold frame on the outside. Basically, I just want it to look like Beetlejuice. I think that's what I really want my hotel to look like, is Beetlejuice. And that is why I won't do 2 shows a night, babe. I just won't do it. That's my Beetlejuice impression. There was a hidden impression on this episode the whole time, and you finally got to it. So congratulations. What else does Beetlejuice say? Oh yeah, whenever Winona Ryder's like, Beetlejuice, 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 he's like, it's showtime. I want to be Beetlejuice for Halloween so bad, man. Beetlejuice and the Mask. I could do that. That would be fantastic. I can't believe I got to post this on Tumblr. I never had a Tumblr back whenever Twilight was popping, and I know that's when Tumblr was a thing. But it's popping again now, I guess. So I'm on it. So thank you, Tumblers, for listening to the show. Okay. 1 minute left, so I guess it's time to hit the dusty trail. At about does her. At about wraps her up. Thank you all very much for listening to today's show. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Remember to tell your friends about the show so it can grow. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at FrancosWorld_, and I will follow you back because I'm a great person. I am way better than all of you idiots that listen to this show. All right. In the meantime, keep all those questions coming, folks, because I read them all. And you just keep taking care of yourself. I will see you when I see you, and I hope you have a great day. I'm going to try to get the music in the background of this. If I can't, then I sound stupid.